Hello! Well, I forgot there was no intro for this stream either. My bad. How's it going, everyone? Hopefully y'all can see me. We are encoding frames. So, here we go. I'm playing Stellaris on today's One More. And yeah, we're going to be playing my usual utterly unqualified, completely terrified human empire. We survived in one apocalypse. We're probably fine to go into space, right? Unable to sync my save files. Well, that's all right. I enjoyed using this particular GIF for the going live announcement on Twitter. Oh, the GIF in the tweet is from the remake of Star Blazers that came out a couple of years ago. Star Blazers was like an anime that I watched many, many moons ago. And going back and seeing the remake, I realized it's not very good. It's just not good. It's a bad show. But it has some cool space explosions in it. Ow. Son of a bitch. I saw the Shrek reboot. I don't know. What's happening to me? Yeah, Space Battleship Yamato. That's its correct name. The American translation called it Star Blazers. But yeah, it has some cool space explosions. Yeah, there's a Shrek reboot. It was announced today. I found out about it via Smash Mouth's Twitter presence. They simply tweeted, "What?" Let's see. I'll try to keep up with subs today. Who do we have? Agent Magic Master resubbed for 58 months saying election night in America. Accurate. Ashley PG resubbed for 13 months saying Cameron playing Stellaris. Gotta push off my D&D game later for this. Correct. I think shouldn't you be on that side of the monitor? This should say 2K is resubbed for the 12th month. Happy 1 year. The LRAD resubbed for the 36th month. Happy 3 years. Solid 234 Snake 2 is just subbed, courtesy of Wither. And Zed Boson resubbed for the 37th month. Wow. VT Monster is also resubbed for the 14th month. Happy Tuesday, Cameron. So, let's talk about my humans. I went with post-apocalyptic, environmentalist humans, because I think these go hand in hand. I wanted humans that had kind of gone through a bad. They had a bad. They made a boo-boo. They made a bad mistake, and they've come through it and survived. And now they are reaching out into the stars again. And they are now egalitarians and materialists. So their traits, or their ethics, their ethics are egalitarian. I've updated the title many times. I guess this is going to be, it says Stellaris. I went with negative traits being quarrelsome and deviant. Deviance means they tend to deviate quite strongly from what you would like them to do. They will have quite a broad, political spectrum. Quarrelsome, we don't get along so well with each other. We like to try different things. I think this is very human. Then I made us quick learners, talented, and intelligent, because I think those are also very human traits. If you have the chance to play Destiny 2, and you've got whatever, like 50 gigabytes free and an internet connection that will tolerate that, I like the game. I think it's in the best place that it's ever been right now. So I recommend it. I think it's a fun game. That comes from me. 80 gigabytes. My bad. It's a large lad. Ow! This is what I mean when I say humans are wildly unqualified for space travel. Why do we have a nerve cluster on the edge of an extremity? Ow! Mother. I guess we'll need some kind of new stellar unit. And I also use these spaceships, although maybe I should try some other spaceships. Let's edit our empire a little bit and go with different ships. I think I actually prefer the reptilian ones. I think the reptilian ships look cool. High Commissioner. Why? Air title. Okay. Whoa, okay. Settle down there. What will our first ruler look like? What's her hair like? I like the space Romulan clothing. Hey, now that's somebody I'd follow into space. She looks like somebody who knows how to get things done. Okay, let's do it. And then 2 spiral arms? This is not the new version yet, unfortunately. Unless it happened in the last half hour or so. I don't know about Megacorps myself. I mean, I guess it gives me something to fight. You know, Megacorps are a fine addition to the game because it gives me someone to go to war with. And then just kind of like a friendly game. I've moved the mid-game crisis start up 25 years because on the higher difficulty levels, the Marauder Empires, the Great Khan tends to bounce off the AI empires on higher difficulty levels because they just get far enough ahead and they just don't do. All right. Let's see, what are our roles like? Well, we'll start off the physics lab for physics research because it's cheap. Monthly Unity seems like a fine thing to grab right off the bat. And, well, we'll go for engineering facility again because it's cheap. Not the best start I've seen for research, but then again, it's not like it breaks anything. Fill up our space station with a trading hub. I have a build order. Energy, or there we go, minerals. Well, let's have a boo at this. And I think that's it. I think we can get going now. I'm not actually sure how pausing works on multiplayer. I don't know why it says this is a Diablo stream. I've updated the stream title many times.
Construction project concluded.
Which AI voice am I using again? I don't remember. Still in the... Okay. I'll take the stream down and put us back up again. Back in 2 minutes. Hopefully we're back. I need to put in a note saying okay, well, I'm back at any rate. Still wrong after page reload. Well, then there's nothing I can do about it. I don't know what to tell you. But I suspect that this is what the rest of the afternoon is going to be like.
Construction project concluded.
How is our exploration going? I'm gonna go with Discovery Tradition first.
Construction project concluded.
And then over to build, to research Uranus. We'll be probing Uranus. Ba-doom-tsh. Really, Commander? Jacques EB has just subbed. Welcome. Thank you for deciding to support us. Really, Commander? Probing Uranus. Thank you for the 100 bits, Type 1.
Construction project concluded.
The Metal Lupus is resubbed for the 59th month. Hi, Cam. Thanks for all the great streams and many more to come. Well, my pleasure. Let's see here. The one thing I hope we see in the next patch is improved viability for tall empires rather than wide empires.
System survey concluded.
I wish these notifications paused the game. Some notifications pause the game and some do not. Which is a little irritating, I guess? I don't know. It's not a big problem. I'm going to survey the single star systems first before moving on to the triple ones because they take a long time. Oh, that's definitely coming? Okay. A megacorp is supposed to go tall? But why, though? I don't want to be a megacorporation.
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Nice.
Anomaly found.
We'll leave the challenging anomaly be for now until we get a couple of more skill ups on our scientist. He's only level 1 right now. Maybe if I spam the update information button several more
Construction
times.
project concluded.
All right, our first tradition is available, and I'm going to take Discovery. It increases our anomaly discovery chance, or discover... Oh, there, we have it. Okay, good. Hooray! Leveled up. The ISS Leif Erikson has made a startling find on Alpha Centauri 3. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on Earth. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Alpha Centauri 3 are sapient, it is likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. Continental world. Oh wow, and it's only got 4 uninhabitable squares right now. We can dump. Where would we put our first? Where would we put our base? There's no 1 square in particular. I guess here. Putting the base here will improve the mineral generation here and the food generation here. So that's all right. Otherwise, putting it here only improves food generation. So do I have a standard opening move yet? I mean, I guess we save up to colonize our first planet and get that rolling as soon as possible.
Construction project concluded.
Not much surveying left to do. Or not much surveying. What did I say? Researching probably?
Research concluded.
Oh. The Eurasian Concordat.
Situation log updated.
All right. Well, there we go. Mining networks. That'll be a good thing to have. Surveying. Did I say surveying? Remarkable. And out of curiosity, maniacal is the trait that we want to put into society research, right? To give us the slim chance of whoopsing into psionics research.
System
Don't know what to
survey
tell you. I have
concluded.
updated the stream information many times. You don't need to be spiritualist for psi stuff. I've gotten it with materialists before. We have encountered the remains of an enormous space structure in Beznac and encompassing the system's primary. Our scientists theorize that this may have once been a functional Dyson sphere, a megastructure designed to harness the power of a star. It is obviously no longer operational, with its hull having sustained critical damage from an unknown type of energy weapon. Of note are also the large debris fields surrounding the sphere. Although the megastructure itself is ancient, much of the debris in the system appears to be significantly younger. Most of it seems to originate from two distinct battle fleets that pummeled each other into oblivion, possibly in a war to decide ownership over the shattered sphere at some point in more recent galactic history. Let's have a look. We'll be able to repair that at some point. It's very exciting. Yeah, that's a jackpot. I've only ever found massive science structures before. I've never found a ruined Dyson sphere.
Construction project concluded.
I should start clearing squares on this. We'll need more food in a hurry, and then...
Another day, another scientific breakthrough.
I kind of like our AI assistant. Hydroponics farms looks like a fine pickup. And then we want survey speed increase. There we go. We're trucking along.
System survey concluded.
We'll leave that one be for now. A level 8 anomaly. That one will be, we'll save that one for a few years.
Research concluded. Construction project concluded.
Geeky Asari, I agree. I also believe that
Construction
it
project
might be beneficial to
concluded.
consider Stellaris an idle game. Yeah, this is going to be my life.
Anomaly found.
Another very difficult anomaly. This one is only level 7. Hello.
Construction project concluded. Tile blocker cleared.
Tryon, if it's not letting me update the game title, it also won't let me update the stream title. Well, good news is we're very nearly able to colonize. Next month we'll be able to do it. I believe we agreed here. Let's give her.
Construction project concluded.
Well, then I don't know what to tell you, okay? I don't know what to do. I have not contiguous kitty cat. Actually, okay. Additional food, home in the sky. Oh, that... I didn't even bother looking at what our leader's traits were. But home in the sky is quite good. I mean, it would be better later in the game. But hey, additional food is always strong.
Anomaly found.
Another anomaly we can't research yet. Well, I mean, we're getting there, kinda.
Tile blocker cleared.
Thank you, Anaran. I think it's time for a second science ship, actually.
System survey.
Nick Q Man has just
Tile
subbed
blocker cleared.
for the 9th month. Thank you very much. They replaced the fail chances and just made everything take much longer.
Construction project concluded.
Stellaris is real time that you can pause. Guess we'll take the armor here.
Construction project concluded.
The Marco Polo, huh? Well, 49 years old, but the youngest scientist we currently have, and she's got a really good trait for being in science ships. Archaeologist. Go and explore Machumba Olan Rawaju. Olan Rawaju. Yes.
Situation log updated.
Yeah, I think mods are generally...
Construction project concluded.
Mods are a fine thing to include with the game, but I find the vanilla game deep enough and interesting
Anomaly
enough.
found.
That's one we can research. We'll leave it be until we've surveyed the entire system and then come back to it. And we'll unpause our game.
Construction project concluded. System survey concluded.
All right, lots is going on here. Research alternatives, so now we will have 4 different technologies to choose from instead of 3.
Construction project concluded. Initial colonization phase
Hooray!
commencing.
Our colony ship has gently touched down at the mouth of a large river delta on one of the several continents that can be found on Alpha Centauri Prime. This temperate, forested region will serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers, the first human city on an alien world. It is a great day for us. Out of curiosity, we've got to watch out for scientists with the psionic research bonus or the maniacal trait. Either can whoops into psionics research, even if you are
System survey
materialist.
concluded.
Sounds like the stairs are refuge.
An abandoned life pod was detected in close orbit of Thabit 3. It is covered in scorch marks, presumably from when the pod's mothership exploded, and preliminary scans suggested it was built more than 5,000 years ago. The crew of the ISS Leif Erikson managed to open the pod, revealing within the withered remains of a reptilian alien clad in a resplendent uniform. I know the title says D3. I've updated it many times. 2. Yes, materialists can get psionics research. I have done it before. As I have said, you either need a scientist with psionic research bonuses, which you can have, or you can get a maniacal researcher. I have literally done it before with this exact empire.
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Everything is fine.
Construction project concluded. Anomaly found.
I think we can afford to indulge ourselves a little bit.
Construction project concluded. Blocker cleared. Nature will not stand in the way of progress. System survey concluded.
A gateway. Neat. Oh, good. It's not an L-gate.
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded. Situation log updated. Construction project concluded.
Okay.
Research concluded. Anomaly found.
We'll leave that one be for now.
Situation log updated.
Who left their post? Good, our high-level scientist decided that he wanted to be instead a politician. Well, that's just ducky. And we can't afford to replace him. Cool.
System survey concluded. Research concluded.
What does our new leader do? Colony ship build speed? 10% monthly unity. Well, alright then.
Anomaly found. Construction project concluded.
Piracy risk is 0%. Well, that's good, because our fleet is woefully underpowered.
Special project concluded.
All right. Thank you. I has an orange. You know what? I'm going to walk away for 2 minutes and cut this into sections. Also reload my coffee. Be Alright, I'm back. I also got a Tim Tam.
Back to the lunar module. The stuff they keep forgetting. That's okay.
I forgot to do some things. Default rights. Academic privilege.
Oh, we can poke his face.
There we go. And our food stockpiling. Larg.
Don't know what I just did to myself.
You want to see a feature video, please?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have it done before. Yeah, candy, absolutely.
Uh-oh. Where are they? Bernard Starr. All right.
Construction
Well,
project
what kind of
concluded.
condition is our fleet in? We very nearly have a 4th Corvette. We can't afford an admiral. So this is really a good time for pirates to appear.
Cam, how would you like to drink some coffee and look disconcerted? Where you are.
Like into the camera?
No, just, I mean, maybe just pretend you don't see the camera.
Okay.
I'm looking for discomfort. Perfect, thank you. Thank you.
Happy to help.
We'll be good, we'll be good.
Where did they get a larger fleet than us? I mean, honestly. It'll probably make sense eventually. I mean, I can't promise anything. We have our first political faction, the Galactic Emancipation Forum. Well, seems good.
System survey concluded. Construction project concluded.
I wonder where the pirate fleet is. That's troubling.
Anomalous readings registered.
Vroom.
Striking hostile station.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, I say. What? I don't understand this game on most days. This is going to be my entire day, isn't it? I mean, I think my favorite take on what space combat would be like was in an essay called
Construction
Ain't No
project
Stealth in
complete.
Space. And it was just mainly all about trying to understand how detection works in space.
Evading hostiles.
Oh, they're the pirates. Pew! Pew pew. My favorite bit about the Isaac Newton speech in Mass Effect 2 is that there's no good reason for it to be where it is. Right. I keep forgetting it says Diablo. Maybe if I press update information 1,000 more times. No, it's in Mass Effect 2. And I figure what that is that because it happens outside of a mall, for some reason, these two gunners are being dressed down by a drill sergeant outside, like, a mall on the Citadel. Anyway, it has no reason to be where it is. Like, literally no reason to be where it is. It doesn't make any sense for that conversation to happen there. And in fact, it doesn't make any sense for that conversation to happen anywhere in the game. Which suggests to me that they wrote that bit of dialogue, had voice actors record it, and then realized that they were cutting the location, that it was going to be a bit of, like, flavor in. And realized that it was just too good to cut from the game. Or they liked it too much to cut it from the game. So they put it someplace. Just find someplace to happen. Well, one of our ships warped out.
Construction project concluded. Initial colonization phase complete.
Hooray! Hooray! Hooray. Trips hooray. Alpha Centauri is now ready to be colonized. It's a red letter day.
Hostile IFF signatures detected.
Well, that's bad news.
Station sustaining damage. Research concluded.
More and better armor. That's good. This will probably save us a lot of money in the long run.
Construction project concluded.
Alien vessels in the Teom system. Whoa, okay. Yo, I need you all to settle down one moment.
Mining station offline.
What are you doing here? Where did you come from?
Anomaly found.
I'm going to eat another orange, but since I realize now that the boom mic is gone and I'm wearing a lapel mic, because I remember putting on my lapel mic, I can't just lean away from the microphone. I, in fact, have to mute myself in order to eat the orange, unless I want a grapefruit technique, y'all. The grapefruit technique is a reference to a, not quite a sex education video, but a sex positivity video. It's a YouTube video of a woman giving a talk on different sexual techniques, and in it, she describes a thing you can do with a grapefruit. It's probably a fine thing to do with a grapefruit. Point being, when she does it, she's wearing a lapel mic. And when she does the thing, the lapel mic gets everything. And it sounds like an espresso machine being fed through a wood chipper. It's just like the goriest noise you can imagine. It's amazing. Looks like I've fallen behind on sub notifications. Oh, holy crap. Okay, Geeky Asari gave us 87 bits. I'm in the middle of my very first playthrough of Stellaris, and my humans, which are very similar to yours, accidentally became the Borg. No joke. Thought you would appreciate that. Well, much appreciated. That's good. Jacques CB is a brand new subscriber. I think we got that one, but I will say it again just to be certain. Welcome. Type 1 has cheered with 100 bits. You call that a probe. The Metalupus resub for the 59th month. Rampaging Celt resub for the 19th month. Nick Q Man resub for the 9th month. Zanto69 gave 50 bits, saying, how's Spaceship going? Well, I mean, you're looking at it. Alright, we've destroyed the pirate threat. John Pra resub for the 8th month. Hello, Cameron. Hello, chat. The Ambivalent Agender gave us 50 bits, saying, I'm downloading Stellaris right now after seeing it several times. Thanks for showing a great game I would never have heard of otherwise. Wibble Squeak has resub for the 7th month. Melody Frost resub for the 2nd month in a row, getting this one in before Desert Bus. Jelcomantis resub for the 8th month. Thank you. Deuterium Phoenix resub for the 30th month. Larconis resub for the 32nd month. I'm struggling with my sub-poem for Lurs, so that might come next month. Until then, remember, you all still rock, and your content and community are truly wonderful. Well, thank you. Leader experience gain, yes, please. We are currently playing my post-apocalyptic environmentalist humans. If I could pick a superpower to give to somebody other than me, what would I give them? Who would I pick, and who would I suppose it would have to be someone deeply ethical. Maybe I would give somebody very patient the ability to heal everyone else's injuries. How? I completely missed building that, apparently. Exactly, GCU. Exactly. Hooray! A visitor. This is a joyous occasion indeed. Oh, forgive my manners. I believe introductions are in order. We are the Artisan Troupe. Our members have dedicated their lives to the pursuit of art, music, culture, and all the other things which makes existence bearable to a sapient being. Please, if you would like to share in the wonder of our creations, do not hesitate to contact us.
Anomaly found.
Let's see here. I'm going to change our corvettes over to missile boats, since I just prefer missiles on corvettes. Pew! Such pewing. And then, what will we call them? I like naming my warships after bad things that can happen to people. Lately I've been going with kind of like natural disasters. Like it's heavily inspired by the Cultures series of books, wherein all the warships, the class names of warships are like killer, sociopath, thug. I think the highest tech one that we ever see in one of the books is called a caconym. I perhaps misspelled that, but I don't care. I think it's a cool word.
Fleet enhancement supplied. Construction project concluded.
A pyrocumulus cloud is a mushroom cloud, but it's also the kind of cloud that is generated by any large fire, i.e. large forest fires generate a pyrocumulus cloud.
System survey concluded.
All right. Thank you very much to Ampenstein and Moddington for both resubbing. I do kind of like the idea that, what is it? Planetary exploration is going to be seriously hampered by the fact that, or human planetary exploration is going to be seriously hampered by the fact that most planets, even if they aren't like Venus levels of toxic to us, are just kind of major bummers to try to live on. Like, for example, apparently Mars is heavily saturated with what are essentially dry cleaning chemicals. Moon dust is very spiky in such a way that it causes massive damage to your lungs. I know, Boris the Wizard, I know. I know, everyone, the last hour and 20 minutes.
System survey concluded.
I've been told many times. I guess I need to send a military fleet to check out the system, otherwise my construction and science ships will not want to enter it. I remember reading that somewhere, GCU, that volcanic ash is just all around awful.
Construction project concluded.
I haven't really looked too deeply into the update yet, Def Scythe. Massive corvettes, or massive torpedo corvettes, is no longer an effective strategy. I've definitely sent large fleets of corvettes at things, and they've had a lot of trouble dealing with anything with a large number of hit points, i.e. star bases. Like, upgraded star bases they have a lot of trouble with. I mean, they'll eventually take them down, but they'll take more casualties than you would really expect in the short run. So they have somewhat at least mitigated the corvette swarms.
Anomaly found.
Turning into concrete inside your lungs does sound like a big problem.
Construction project concluded.
The only time that I've found corvettes extremely useful in late game is when you are dealing with the L game nanites. Because the
System
nanites
survey
rely
concluded.
very heavily on one of their... It's not so much that corvettes are strong against the nanites, it's that the nanites are so preposterously strong against anything that doesn't dodge as well as a corvette. I think that's the problem, is that the nanites will just... Well, the nanites tear through battleships. Oh, another political faction, the Association of United Scientists. And also, corvettes do get to fly around pretty quickly. Like, a fleet of corvettes with afterburners can get anywhere they need to get pretty quickly. Well, they seem pretty happy. You can do a almost completely functional pacifist run in Stellaris, although the mid and end game threats do require, well, don't require military action, but it's hard to survive them without a military.
Construction project concluded.
The Odd Factory event. Neat. I make point defense destroyers because destroyers can get the... What is it? The picket ship? The picket ship computer that gives them tracking and to hit bonuses. Putting them on cruisers doesn't seem to work terribly well. Yeah, I think you have to modulate what you expect of a pacifist run to mean. Stellaris pacifists do not enter into wars of aggression, but they definitely need a military in order to protect themselves from external threats.
System survey concluded. Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Oh, Wheaton Project has resubbed the 25th month. Always nice to see more Stellaris from getting home from 40k night. Well, welcome back.
Research concluded.
Oh yeah, the Everyman Library Foundation Trilogy. I also bought that.
Construction project concluded.
I have no idea what that means.
Anomaly
Here, Peter
found.
Hangar cruise. I don't really use hangar cruisers. I find that the AI tends to prioritize point defenses too much. and they are too easily countered.
Anomaly found. Construction project concluded. Anomaly found.
Cool.
Fleet enhancement supplied.
You really aren't helping. It might have been funny an hour and a half ago, but literally I've been getting like people coming in every couple of minutes saying, why aren't you playing Diablo 3? Your stream title is Diablo, and it's exhausting, honestly. I've updated the stream information many times. I've really honestly tried. I can't click on the button any more than I already have. Ugh. I think I'm going to colonize Sirius before Sketty. Yeah, the internet's reaction to Diablo 3 mobile is, or the Diablo mobile game is, I don't even...
Construction project concluded.
Hey.
Are people mad on the internet?
Yeah, I know, right?
What are they mad at over this time?
Diablo mobile.
Research concluded.
Hey! Element Zero. Sick.
A planet.
Alright. We definitely have to find some way of researching psionics in this
System
playthrough.
survey concluded.
Psychic powers must be.
Yeah.
Psychic diplomacy power.
Yeah. I think it adds to diplomacy. I think it adds to a bunch of things.
Can you imagine the the ethical ramifications of, like, diplomacy-based psionics. They're like, now, are we negotiating, or was this an implanted memory of us having a negotiation? I need you to be straight with me.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like,
Inside this, like, anti-psionic field.
well, yeah, I mean, like,
System survey concluded.
TNG never really talked much about the fact that the Beta Zeds are actually just telepaths, right? They can read your mind.
Oh.
They can apparently change your, like, they can communicate telepathically with alien races that the Universal Translator doesn't work on.
Research concluded.
Right?
That seems pretty strong.
Yeah. And, like, Troy's mother, Loxana Troy, who occasionally winds up aboard the Enterprise and low-key hates it. The crew of the strange ship that mirrors the wreck found near Rakaron seem excited to speak with us. Though our translators cannot decode their language, they identify themselves with a low-frequency verbal expression that sounds like Kotalo, a name we've heard before. Perhaps we can communicate using raw data.
Do you think if we change the stream title? It's like, no, nothing will fix it.
Mm-hmm. We receive a flurry of data in response, including cartographic imaging of a neighboring galaxy and footage of what can only be engineers working on an alien FTL drive. We can draw no other conclusion that these are explorers from another galaxy. Their ship's lack of weapon capacity would support this theory. We send back footage of ecumenical explorers on their first journey beyond our solar system, and the reaction from the alien crew appears to be jubilant. Send them data recovered from the wreck. The excitement of the Kotalo crew seems to evaporate. Multiple crew members begin to tap away at consoles using their tentacle-like appendages. They transmit what looks to be a passenger manifest, navigational data, and crew logs to us. Without a doubt, the data matches that of the Rocaran wreck to the letter, with one exception. The Rocaran wreck contained further entries with later dates. It would appear that the Rocaran wreck is the same ship as the one now before us, only older. What? Despite their alien mannerisms, the Kotalo's crew's consternation is evident. Our own scientific attachés inform us that if the Rocaran wreck is indeed the future of the ship before us, any information we give them may have unforeseen consequences.
Bro, you're gonna be fine.
We can't contaminate the timeline.
Gotta be
Construction project concluded.
We believe in you. You're gonna have a great time in this galaxy. Go and explore.
fine. It's God's will.
Anomaly found.
Don't you worry about a thing.
Everything
Every little thing.
gonna be alright.
Construction project concluded.
Oh, sci-fi. Ooh. We should definitely do a new show and tell.
Mm-hmm.
Or like maybe arrange
Evading
like
hostiles.
after Desert West, don't worry about that.
Yeah, I would definitely love to do more show and tells. Hey, aliens.
Aliens.
These guys.
Spikies.
Crystalline entities.
Wait a minute. Seeds?
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. We can't, if you are, who can do it? Xenophiles and pacifists can figure out how to communicate with a lot of the alien, like, the spaceborne life in the game. But unless you have those two traits, then they're just going to always be hostile to you.
See, you said xenophile, and I immediately thought xenophobe and like a ship with a pair of arms that goes like this around the
Anomaly
galaxy.
found.
Ha.
Like, no, I hate it. You're different.
Don't care for it.
Die. Just be not here.
Anomaly found.
I guess we just start cataloging all these anomalies around our systems. All right, well, off to Sirius.
Was it
System sensors indicate that the extra-dimensional exploration vessel Kotalo exited FTL abruptly on the outskirts of the system, colliding head-on with an orbital comet. The collision was disastrous enough to kill everyone on board and has set the remaining wreckage spiraling in towards the Rocaron pulsar.
I was gonna say, they wouldn't even have anything left to identify you from with a collision like that, right?
Well, I've encountered this one before, and if you warn them, they do the exact same thing happens, only they take, it mentions in this dialogue that they have taken extra care to avoid the pulsar, and they come out further than they would have normally, and get totaled by the comet. And you're like, I killed them.
Whoa.
Our analysis conclude that the Kotalo's negative mass-based FTL drive was incapable of accurately predicting where or when they would exit subspace. Both wrecks now haunt the Rocaron pulsar.
That's the main conceit of my dad's original drive.
Really?
Yeah, the causality is, I hesitate to say like immutable, but like not, you can't affect it on a large scale. Spoilers.
Special project
Well.
concluded.
If you're interested, go
Situation
look for a
log
graphic novel
updated.
called Tempest Fugitive by Ken Stacy. It's definitely not in print.
From the expression tempus fugit, right? Time flies, or tempus fugit? I don't, yeah. Is it a hard G? Anyway, it gives rise to one of my favorite tweets, which just read, Tempus fuck it.
That's good. Just fuck it.
Just fuck. Tempus fuck it.
Just imagine some guy sitting in a time machine with like half a can of cheap light beer in his hand and just like spits something.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's just Rick and Morty.
Oh.
Got him!
Ah, crap.
You're good one, Morty.
All C's and G's are hard in classical Latin, so tempus fuck it.
God. Oh my eyes.
Construction project concluded.
So many anomalies to research.
Anomalous anomalies. Veni Vidi Vici? Or Weni Weedy Wiki?
Veni vidi veci.
There was
Winnie weddy weki.
Dr. Seuss had a book that sort of like made fun of
Construction project
English language.
concluded.
The title of it was "The Tough Coughs as He Plows the Dough," which
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could pronounce the Tau cows as he plows the Dow,
Yep.
or the Tough Cuffs as he fluffs the Duff.
Situation
Tough
log
Cuffs as he
updated.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It was just like, oh god!
The English language is really stupid.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Maybe that's what adds the extra little, like, dingly turd nugget on the phrase learn English.
Construction
Like, oh, yeah, learn the
project
shitty
concluded.
language.
Yep.
Construction
That's how you know
project
there's no
concluded.
justice in the world. English has taken over. English is the lingua franca.
English, aka common, in every sense of the word. I'm still freaking out that the inch was based on...
Research concluded.
Width of a thumb.
Sorry?
The inch?
Anomalous readings
I didn't
registered.
understand that in a circuitous way it's based on meter.
I'd always heard that the inch was based on the king's thumb, and
Oh,
then
that's
later
not-
got redefined into something that was remotely useful.
There was, that's a digit, I think.
Here.
Oh, what?
Well, room mic is at Desert Bus.
Oh! Right, the things we take for granted.
Let me know when you got it. Length of the king's middle knuckle. Ah, yes, the great universal.
Yeah, was it a digit, or there's like digit, span, cubit.
Well, a cubit is...
Cubit is like tip of your elbow to the tip of your fingers.
Yeah.
The span is that wide.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why I said like want to buy platinum iridium qubit. I think that'd be fucking funny to have. Just base it on yourself.
Yeah.
Be like, it's very precise, and it won't degrade in mass over.
Construction
Period of
project concluded.
Well, wasn't Fahrenheit based on like 0 degrees Fahrenheit was the coldest day ever in England? It cannot possibly get any colder than this. And the hottest day was, or 40 degrees was,
No.
or 100 degrees was the same. Like, God, it's fucking hot. We'll call this 100. Mark it on the scorecard.
Nah.
Research concluded.
Nah. A very cold day. It's like, our scale goes from bloody chilly to sodding hot.
Ooh.
Beep, 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 beep. I mean, the way, was it 1 Celsius, which is the amount of, wait, was it the calorie? That's like the amount of energy required to raise 1 milliliter of water 1 degree?
Yeah, something like that.
See, that makes sense. That sounds empirical.
Mm.
And repeatable. 1 joule.
Or, yeah, sorry, 1 joule.
Ah.
Is it 1 joule? No, a joule is a Newton meter.
Yeah, I thought it was a calorie.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 cc of water, of course. A gram of water, which happens to be 1 cc and 1 milliliter. It's all interchangeable. It makes sense. I feel so bad for Alex Steele, who's this blacksmith on YouTube that I follow.
Mm-hmm.
He's moving from England to Montana.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to learn a whole
Construction
new set of
project
bullshit
concluded.
measurements.
That sounds intolerable.
Probably. The other weird thing is that, like, in a lot of situations, the measurements are mixed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Arg.
System survey
Like,
concluded.
Imperial measurement is, like, not a bad sort of...
Construction project
What's it actually
concluded.
useful for?
Nothing. Really. Like, I guess, like, I'm 6 feet tall is probably a useful enough thing.
Yeah,
that-
you know what?
Because we're used to it.
Because we're used to it, it's great for just like general reference. It's like, how far away is it? Oh, like 5 feet or something like that. People understand that, they grok that. But for like anything requiring actual measurement, it's garbage.
I don't really have a good sense for how big a mile is. I know a kilometer.
Oh, me neither.
I can eyeball a kilometer. But a mile, I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know how far a mile is. I know that the closest together is like a yard and a meter. They're like pretty close-ish.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Like when I
Situation
found out
log
that,
updated.
I assumed a mile was 1,000 yards. And as it turns out, no. It's like 1,600 yards or something like that. It's something completely, like, nonsensical. They have no relationship to one another.
Yuck. Oh well. $5,000 something feet. Maybe we should do an entire show about units of measurement.
No, I'd have to know something about them first.
I don't know. I mean,
Construction
tell me about
project
your
concluded.
mole.
I would need to look into where the mole actually comes from, but it's a certain number of atoms.
Oh, so it's not a
Yeah, it's what is
pressure.
well, it's Avogadro's number of atoms, right?
What is it used in reference to?
It's basically a conversion factor between an element's atomic weight and the number of. You convert.
Take your time. No, I'm actually
okay.
interested.
A mole of an atom is the number of atoms you need to have its atomic weight be that many grams of that material. So 1.008 moles, or hydrogen has an atomic weight of 1.008.
Okay.
It is, if you had that many hydrogen atoms, it would weigh 1.008 grams.
Interesting. Actually, this is something that I've never thought to ask. What unit of measurement is atomic weight in?
It is.
Or is that the...
It's it's what is it? It's an average.
He's thinking when he does this.
I'm going to go ahead and say electron volts.
Okay.
It's not. It's grams per mole, right?
Neat. On average, yeah.
It's the number of protons on average in an atom, but it's in gram. The atomic weight is in grams per mole.
Oh, okay. See, then we could start talking about obsolete units of measurement, like drams.
A butt.
They still use bushels in agriculture? Like, how much is a bushel?
I don't know.
I mean,
An acre was the amount of land one person could plow in a day.
Oh, they
or
do.
Something.
Construction
Yeah.
project concluded.
grains definitely still get used, which took a bit of getting used to, because I always thought that grains were like pieces, like individual, particles of a material. Turns out not. The unit is based on the weight of a grain of cereal,
Huh.
particular type of, like I think wheat or barley or something. So, all right. I have some other stuff to do, but
Okay.
y'all can think about units of measurement.
Maybe I'll be back when we're done. Oh, that was... I'm so sorry. Mom.
Construction project concluded.
So many asteroids to mine. But yeah, atomic weight is in AMUs, right? Atomic mass units.
Special
Which is-
project concluded.
One AMU is the mass of a proton. Not terribly useful.
Construction project concluded.
Hello, Anubis. Okay. Okay.
Research concluded.
I'm just a chemist, right?
Construction
What's an
project
AMU?
concluded.
It's a number on the periodic table. Is not an inaccurate way to think about it. What is an atomic mass unit? It's a way of ordering the size of the elements. I know, Anubis. Yeah, like... I had a professor who had a very strong opinion on...
Research concluded.
a number on the inside of one of our textbooks that purported to be the mass of an electron. And he's like, I want you all to take a Sharpie and just write over that. Just write that right out.
Construction project concluded.
Does not meaningfully exist. Don't forget that that exists. Like, that's not a useful thought to have in your head, that there is that there is a weight for an electron. Hey.
Construction project concluded.
Yeah. Praise mods. We have good mods. As a chemist, my understanding of electron behavior was they're in orbitals. The orbitals overlap or don't, favorably or unfavorably. Those overlaps have energies. They're either good or bad. That will affect
Situation
bonding.
log updated.
You'll have bonding and non-bonding molecular orbitals. Don't worry about it too much unless you become a theoretical chemist. In which case, start worrying about it. What are electrons up to? Chemistry is fundamentally an empirical science.
Construction project
I have no idea, Anubis. You tell me. I've updated the stream title several dozen times by now.
Special project concluded.
Ask him how he knows.
What's not an empirical science? The theoretical ones, really. Like, empirical sciences, I mean, you have empirical ways of approaching sciences, right? Where you're looking at a thing and you're like, does it work? Does it not? We observe a thing, we study it, we do an experiment. Did the experiment work? Yes or no? Or did it produce results that we can interpret? Yes or no? And then you have a theoretical approach where you're like, is this a useful way to think about this? It finally updated? Oh my god, Anubis, thank you. How? How do I do that? I've literally been updating the stream title every couple of minutes for the last 2 hours. Oh, you can just poke it on the command line.
Research concluded.
Can we observe an electron? Interesting question. I mean, you can observe with an electron. Last time I'd heard, we had imaged. Had we imaged? I want to say graphene. I want to say. And the hexagons were definitely there. The hexagons were definitely there. And if you want to think about it that way, that might be kind of like imaging an electron. It's not really. but you're imaging electron behavior. I mean, you're looking at molecules. Or electronic behavior, excuse me. Yeah, you're looking at the probability clouds. Also, I want you all to stop thinking about atoms as empty space. It doesn't actually matter to anyone's daily life. But it's not... Wow, Maelstrom X17 gifted subs to Galar and the Lost, Giga Hagana and Aga, Dumbo 3000, and Zed Regulus. Also, stop saying anyone who understands or claims to understand quantum mechanics doesn't really understand quantum mechanics, because it's not true. Again,
Construction
Prof,
project
who was
complete.
very insistent on this
Situation
point,
log updated.
was very, very clear with us that no, you understand I understand quantum mechanics. I don't know about the rest of you all, but I definitely get it. I use it all the time. It produces predictable, consistent results.
But I read a thing on BuzzFeed that
Quantum scale behavior is unpredictable, but it's stochastic. Individual outcomes are random, but in aggregate, they tend towards predictable outcomes. What's the outcome of a flipped coin? Well, it's either heads or tails, and you can't really anticipate which it's going to be. But if you flip a coin 100 times, you can be pretty confident in saying that there's going to be 50-ish heads and 50-ish tails.
Construction project concluded.
I mean, you probably need 1,000 or more flips to get, like, you know, a 50-50-ish split like that. But it's quantum mechanics is the name of a model for behavior. Quantum mechanics is not the behavior of atoms, it is what we call a model of the behavior of atoms. And we came up with it, and we came up with equations that describe it. So the term quantum mechanics is one that humans invented because we found it useful. Behaviors on quantum scales in atoms are weird, but quantum mechanics predicts them with a reasonable degree of utility. In fact, we're using them right now. Neat. Well, have a good one, Steelzar.
Anomaly found.
Like, was it Feynman who said not all, or it was about models. Not all models are accurate, but some are useful.
Evading
Fear
hostiles.
system, huh? What are we looking at? 5 pirate raiders. Luckily, I think we outclassed them. Let's get an admiral. Somebody asked earlier how usually that at this point in the game they are struggling economically for energy and minerals, and that I have thousands. I don't know what I'm doing. I honestly don't know. Cryptogambi, I actually am completely unfamiliar with quantum computing. I know it uses, instead of 1 or 0, it uses a base unit that can be both at once or anything in between. So theoretically it can hold much more information. I guess, technically, information, yes. Oh, 1,000 bits from Maelstrom X17. It's been a really good day and I want to give a little back with 4 random gift subs and some bits. Well, thank you very much. I don't claim to... I don't understand it at all. I don't have an understanding of it at all.
Fleet enhancement supplied.
We've enhanced our fleet. It can be 0, 1, the superposition of 0 and 1, and this is superposition of neither. Oh, okay. Like, is it another stochastic process? Where you look at kind of like the average of what it winds up as being and are like, well, I guess it's the peak?
Science ship sustaining damage. Hostile IFF signatures detected.
All right. Now we take technological ascendancy. Thank you. 20% bonus to research speed, 10% from finishing the discovery tree, 10% for technological ascendancy. Oh, I miss academics.
Special
I miss
project
having
concluded.
ideas. I miss thinking about things.
Spaceport sustaining damage.
I mean, I want to... Having a bit of familiarity with some of the extra credits videos on other things, I would be skeptical of their presentation of it. Prof Blastin is resub for the 17th month. Hot damn, 17 months. How time flies. Well, thank you. Dear Navy, please get your act together.
Research concluded.
Oh, the Kraus House has just gifted, or has just subbed for the 18th month. Thank you very much. And Boba Tai T has just resubbed for the 3rd month. Thank you. Fire the missiles. Pew, whoosh. Ha! Eat shit, pirate scum. All right, we exploded all the pirates. Good work, everyone. Oh, wait. We actually need to go and deal with their base. I think we should probably start researching all these anomalies in our systems. We have things kind of fenced off. All right, space pirate scum, prepare to get
Construction
exploded.
project concluded.
Weem. Pew. Whoosh. Karsmish Prompton.
Initial colonization phase.
Uh,
Commencing.
No real spooky stories. Unfortunately. I mean, it would be kind of fun to have spooky stories, wouldn't it? But unfortunately, no. Nothing to report. Oh, right, yes. Well, Julie was doing an etymology course. Entomology? Entomology. Entomology. E-N, because entomology has the letter N in it, like the word insect. Where she was collecting, she had one of her projects for the course was doing a bug collection, and so
Research
she was keeping
concluded.
bugs in my freezer, our freezer, which led to more than one "oh Jesus" moment. The funniest lab story. I mean, all of the lab mishaps have always been like the ones where nobody gets hurt. RIP. Are always tinged with like dismay or tragedy, as you hear about it, and you share the stories about your honors project turning into charred black resin in the bottom of a round bottom flask. I can't think of anything funny. There were things that are funny in retrospect, like the senior lab instructor coming into our analytical lab to tell us that, or to tell our lab instructor that, you know, there's some budget cuts coming down, so we need to be careful. And one student who was eavesdropping on this conversation, pulling out a drawer of glassware and paying more attention to eavesdropping on the conversation than how far he had pulled out the drawer, and dumping the contents of the drawer on the ground as he pulled the drawer all the way out. Right? Stuff like that. Hilarious stuff. No pet projects that never worked out. How much? I think he broke about 10 ball
Research
flasks.
concluded.
On the order of about 10 volumetric flasks.
Special project concluded.
So a couple $100. It was bad, not as bad as it could have been, but it was bad. right? Vol flasks are not cheap. They're definitely not the most
Construction project
disastrous
concluded.
thing that you can break in a lab. I don't even think they gave us the really good ones in the undergraduate lab because they know we're clumsy morons. Yeah, like there was my flask in second year organic chemistry that was full of red oil, like bright red oil. Nothing in an organic chemistry lab should ever be red, especially not an undergraduate. Best guess, now that I think about it, is probably some kind of phosphorus. Red phosphorus, maybe? Maybe? Some kind of cross-contamination? I don't know how it was red. Nothing should be red. Red should not be a color that anything turns in an OChem lab.
Fleet enhancement
Oh no, it was
supplied.
like brick red carbonyl cookie. This is not phenolphthalein. Like if you get a long enough conjugated pi chain, right? Iron contamination, something, but like pi chains, pi systems, you get into yellows, you get into like oranges. Red is a tall order for a pi network, right? Anyway, I showed it to my lab instructor at the time because I pulled it off the thing and I was like, well, that's clearly wrong. And Steve, who was a 40-ish lab instructor and had no patience for anything, just looked at it. And he was like, And he just turns around and walks across the lab and dumps, like, just drops the entire thing, including the flask, into the halogenated waste bin. Just drops it in. It's like, nah, get your data from somebody else. No, I'm not dealing with this. I mean, FOOF is one of those things that turns up in chemistry articles, and it's like, okay, I don't know why I would ever get within a mile of it. Do we even build anything there? What is FOOF? Dangerous? FOOF is... Google it, you'll probably find a lot of articles on places like, I don't know, BuzzFeed and IO9 about, you know, the 10 craziest chemicals.
Special project concluded.
Oh, we got the good outcome for the pulsating stars tree. What happens is that one of your scientists discovers, like, this star is pulsating, and everyone else is like, no, it's not. And the scientist is like, well, my instruments say it is. And so you go and you do the event, you investigate the star, and one of two things can happen. Either your scientist gets a bunch of experience, they learn from the fact that they're a fucking idiot, and that they need to listen to other people. Or you discover that, yes, there was indeed a malfunction inside your scientist's brain. And you lose that scientist. They just go away. They think they're inside. I think they think they're inside Crusader Kings. But we got the good outcome. So cool.
Shipwreck studied. Fascinating. Tile blocker cleared.
How did our Civ's homeworld come to ruin? We made a boo-boo. We did a bad thing. I'm not sure exactly how, but our humans, at some point in their development, before becoming a spacefaring people, made a bad. Made a bad. We made a bad call. We accidentally Earth. But we came out of it as environmentalists. So here we are, trying to do better. We're just trying to do better.
Construction project concluded.
Nuclear weapons, climate change, something happened. We accidentally all Earth. You're going to be a biolab. I mean, this is basically Star Trek, right? Like it had to, the red oil I made in that organic chem lab was probably due to contamination with iron, an iron oxide in it, maybe phosphorus, something, some kind of side reaction took place. I don't know what, it wasn't worth finding out. Stick Rick has just subbed. Welcome. Yes, I have heard of all the Star Trek mods. We found a Dyson sphere. Somebody was asking what megastructure we found. We found a Dyson sphere.
Construction project concluded.
Eventually, I hope that we will be able to restore it.
Construction project concluded.
I mean, it's the important half of the Dyson sphere.
Construction project concluded.
90 artificial planets, huh? Interesting. I mean, I need to, I love playing Voidborn. I love the Voidborn trait. I love building artificial habitats. I'm not a big fan of terraforming. You know, the planet's probably fine the way it is. Who am I? Who am I to remake the galaxy in my own image? Who am I to say that the organisms living there don't have a right to be alive on their own planet? What could cause the Dyson sphere to be uninhabited? Time. Time. Reminds me of a D&D campaign I was in, where I was playing a paladin who had a fire immunity trait, and I was fighting a Rakshasa because it was an Eberron campaign. And the Rakshasa tried to fireball me, and, you know, I came out unscathed, and I said, "Fire can't kill me." And the Rakshasa, before vanishing, you know, teleporting away, said, "Yeah, but time will." And I was human. It was a really good, like, parry from the GM.
Research concluded.
Make post.
Construction project concluded.
Do we want to develop this for more energy or more minerals? I guess it's not really a big loss either way. Let's get more energy. With more energy, we can procure more minerals. Oh yeah, I've been looking forward to an opportunity where I can steal that line as a GM for years. I've been anxiously awaiting my chance as a GM to deliver that line. It has not come yet, but it will. I will engineer a moment where I can deliver that line. And you will detect it. You will be able to see that I've delivered that line
concluded.
from my stride.
Fleet enhancement supplied.
I have a couple of loose sketches for what to do in the future on Dice Friends, but we have a couple of things in the works. So, stay tuned to Dice Friends after yeah, we have something in the pipes. Oh yeah, it's going to be great. The event. After the event. You know what I should do with some of my leftover energy? We would like to commission an art piece. Yes. Maybe we should also become your patron. It's a deal. Oh, thank you, Flying Ultracar. Oh, and the Lord Arthur has resubbed for the 58th month, saying space. It's true. Well, here we are. Just being in space, doing space things.
Another day, another scientific breakthrough.
The Biolab. Genes Clinic. We will use what we got, Crypto Gamby, depending on what people feel like running. If I was a Muppet, what color would I be? I like this particular azure blue. Sky blue. Let's say sky blue. I would be a sky blue Muppet. What's a Muppet? Well, it's not quite a mop, and it's not quite a
Construction
puppet.
project
Why'd they
concluded.
make that one Muppet out of leather? That's not a Muppet, that's Troy McClure.
Construction project concluded. Research concluded.
Destroyers. New hulls. Always research new hulls. Do I have a favorite system? I quite like DreamPod number 9's silhouette system. The couple of games, the couple of days I was able to play with it. I thought it was interesting. I thought it scaled well. I liked it a lot, actually. You know what?
Construction project concluded.
It's 20 to 6, and I'm going to be on stream again at 6 o'clock playing, or concluding the
Initial
Talking Sim on
colorization
Idle
phase
games with
complete.
Corey. So I think I might actually call the stream here. And we'll pick it up. We might pick this stream up again in the future. This game up in the future. And I'll be back in 20 minutes after, like, stretching, taking a break, drinking some water, you know, doing some self-care. Having a coffee. I don't know. I think I've already dropped my my stomach's pH by a couple of points here. DreamPod 9. DreamPod, POD 9. Do they still exist? I hope they still exist. They had a couple of cool settings. So I will see you in 20-ish minutes. Sound good, everyone? All right. See you then. And until then, take care of one another.